Well, hello there, everyone. It is I, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, here with my menagerie of pets. Looking forward to today's Tabata hit circuit. We're getting back to true Tabata form. Had a talk with another fitness friend this weekend, and we hilariously, honestly, had to talk about no, true Tabata. We've got to burn that muscle group out. We got to do 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So that's what we're getting back to today. We got 5 rounds. Each round, 8 parts, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. I put the moves in the description so you pretty much have an idea of what's coming up, even though you might not know what it really looks like. I do recommend that you have some weights nearby, particularly for the tricep work at the very end. And you might have noticed that we have a little toe touch with a weight pass and then a hollow body hold. If you know that your ab strength is not totally there yet, either have a super light weight or maybe you just bring a block to the party as something that you can use just to find that range of motion. And otherwise, no prop, just work towards finding the range of motion. We got a couple minutes till we get started, literally two. We got literally 2 minutes till we start. I'm going to grab some water. I encourage you to grab some water. Feel free to put on some music if that helps you to stay motivated. I do like to listen to music during a workout, but I'm also totally down to just focus on the workout, focus on my breathing, and getting it done, which we're going to crush together today. That's right. Right, Uncle Buck? I know. So just play with the internet here, make sure everything looks normal. So far, so good. That's a weird way to say something. And here's the workout, and here's my water, and here are my timers. Okay, I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. I hope you're feeling ready, open to whatever possibilities this week has for you. Please know that just getting up and doing your best is always enough, whether you hang out here with me for one exercise. Maybe you're just sitting at your desk listening or watching, and that's a great start too, because at some point you're gonna hopefully feel motivated to get up and actually join us. Try these moves at home, at the gym, outside on the street, wherever you want to when you find that you have time. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll get started one of my favorite ways, our usual, just some nice little lateral side to side step taps. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls, really work to squeeze those shoulder blades together and start to really bring some focus on what's happening, with your breath. So nice deep breaths all the way down to the bottom of your belly, not just shallow breaths up at your chest. Oh yeah, and then your core. So starting to find a little draw in of that abdominal core, belly button back towards your spine so that there's some bracing here, like you're squeezing those organs gently. Awesome. Let's go ahead and switch to a hamstring curl. So still squeezing those shoulder blades together, finding that nice big lift of our chest, knee pointing down towards the floor, getting a little stretch into that quad. I'm bringing that heel towards your glute. Keep it up for 4 more on each side. 3, 2, 1. Plant those feet, punch up to the ceiling. So punch, starting to get a nice little rotation in that core. 4 more, and then we're going to punch it to the side. Here we go, to the side. 2, 3, 4. Final. 4, 3, 2. Back to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3. Maybe you hop it out for 4, 3, 2, 1 to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Plant those feet I want you to go ahead, draw one knee up. Maybe you even take a little bit of a hinge back. Make sure that core is pulled in nice and tight, squeezing that glute. And let's switch to the other side. So just a nice little knee drive. Maybe giving yourself a little bit of a tilt back. So either just pulling up that knee or exaggerating it just a little bit. We're going to get one more on each side from right here. Awesome. Now let's just take a moment and march in place. I switch to this new yoga mat. You can march in place, you can jog in place. This yoga mat is like on the move, just like we are. All right, let me tell you about what's coming up for move number one, because it's a great little warm up move that we have. So we're just going to get right into the workout right here, right now. In fact, I'm just going to move this out of the way because our first move is standing. So we're going to go for a step knee drive. We're going to keep round one really simple, just alternating between putting our foot down, a nice wide march, and a knee drive. And then I'm going to give you some options as we continue to proceed forward for ways that you can make it a little bit more intense, get that heart rate up even more if you're ready for it. So just starting off with that march to a knee drive. And I challenge you during our 10-second break, I want you to keep marching or keep jogging. I want you to just try to keep moving. We've only got 30 minutes together here today. Technically, we've only got 26 and a half minutes left. You're already amazing. All right, so step knee drive in 3, 2, 1, begin. So just find that knee drive. Do you hear how I'm using my exhale also? I'm exhaling each time that I lift that knee up. And I know I'm getting my knee pretty high because I already warmed up today. I started my morning with a great march workout. Take a break, so we're still moving. But if you have a lower knee drive, that's okay. Let's do that same thing one more time in round two. Just step knee drive, step and drive. Maybe add in a little bit more of a twist as you're starting to feel warmer. And remember, it's okay if your knees aren't driving up as high as mine. You're doing the best that you can with the body you have today. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Remember, we're marching in between. Going to give you an option as we move forward to get a little bit more. So we're going to do 2 steps to the side and then inner leg knee drive. Ready? So step, step, drive, step, step, drive. You can keep the intensity low here and keep stepping, or you can give me a little hop in the center. I want you to take advantage of the space that you have and keep marching. We're marching for that 10 seconds and move as much as you can over the space that you're able to. Ready? Begin again. So either you're sticking with your step and knee drive, or you're adding in a side step, putting that knee drive into the party, or that little hop in between. If you like a grapevine, you can grapevine it out here as another low intensity option. Maybe you add, let's march it out, maybe you add a hop at the very end with that knee drive. We're halfway through this move right now, so just make it work for you. I like this little hop step. I'm adding that extra drive at the end. Do you see how I'm using my arm also to help take a moment to fly in the air, getting both feet off of the air? So a little extra, little cardio push, march it out or jog it out by working to get both feet off the floor. And if you're not ready for that, you can always just return to our step knee drive. Begin. I do encourage you to try the hardest seeming thing for you today. And if it still seems too easy, maybe add 3 knee drives at the end, which you can hop out each of your knee drives. Let's march. So I'm going to join you if you're looking for that extra challenge. 2 steps, 3 drives. Step, 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 drive, 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 step, 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 drive, drive, drive. Taking some time to really get a little bit of height, a little bit of distance here. Come on, y'all. I know you're doing awesome at home. March it out. We're almost there. One more round, I think. You know I'm terrible at reading this timer. Here we go, last time through. Remember, you can just be stepping. You can stick with that single step knee drive, or you're joining me in these hops. I'm sure whatever you're doing is amazing. Ah, we made it, everyone. All right, take a second, shake it out. We're going to come on down onto our mat next. So if you, like me, moved your mat out of the way, let's make our way down now. And like a winner, I'm going to tuck my shirt into my pants. My favorite. Okay, so next up, we've got planks. We'll go through a variety of different planks. As always, I want you to be smart for your body. So if you need to put your knees down on the floor, please honor yourself. Put those knees down on the floor. In fact, just to make sure we demo properly, we'll start there. So starting in tabletop, walk those knees back, shift those hips gently forward, hands, palms right underneath of your shoulders. Sometimes I even like to open my knees a little bit wider, like a stable base, and even cross those ankles to just hang out right here. First up, we'll do a plank, and then we'll add a little movement into our plank. Why not? In 3, 2, 1, begin. So either just hanging out in that plank, make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders, so you're pushing into your hands, palms, your shoulder blades are squeezed in towards each other. You can be all the way up on your toes, but try to avoid having your hips up towards the ceiling. You want those hands, palms just about underneath of your chest, eye gaze forward. Take a break, come off of your hands. Next up, same thing, plank. We're going to add in an alternating shoulder tap. Begin. So, same thing. Either with those knees down on the floor or having your feet a little bit wider can help to create a nice stable base. Now, as you tap that opposite shoulder, do your best to not rotate all the way towards the side. Think about keeping your hips, take a break, as squared to the mat as possible. We'll come back to that. Next up, just your regular plank. I'm going to switch to a forearm plank. So I'm still pushing the elbows into the floor instead of the hands palms. Still working to keep the hips in line with or below the shoulders. Eye gaze gently forward. Heels stacked right on top of the balls of the feet for 3, 2, 1. Take your break. Next, we'll get a little bit of movement in our feet. So a little jack with the feet, either step or jump out. Begin. I'm going to step it out and step it right back in. So I'm working to step wider than the mat and then coming narrow up the mat. Check out what's happening with your hands, palms. Notice if you started to press yourself back or if your hands are still right underneath your shoulders. Take a break. Oh, so you feel that core firing up? I feel mine. Back to just our regular plank. Ready? Begin. Find that stillness. Really check in with the upper back body. Check in with your abs. You got just about 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Take your break. All right, cycling back through the same moves we did, coming up into that shoulder tap. Or maybe you change it up and go for a forward reach. Here we go. Press up into your plank, either tapping it forward, which is a little bit more challenging, or sticking with that shoulder tap. Remember, you're doing your best to not let those hips rotate side to side. 3, 2, 1. Great. If you find that the movement is a little bit too challenging for you, just hold that plank, which we'll do next. Just the plank, last time through. If you're having any discomfort in your wrists, think about coming down to those forearms or doing your plank from your knuckles for 3, 2, 1. Oh, sweat is starting. We got one last round. We're going to do that step or jump out with the feet again. Ready? Begin. Last 20 seconds. You can now step one foot out at a time. You can step both feet out and then bring them back in. Just keep planking. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Take a moment, come down to your knees, send your glutes back towards your heels. Whew. Push into those hands palms. Find that stretch throughout your back. Use your inhale, pull yourself forward. Release the top of your thighs towards the mat for a nice little up dog. And then we're going to turn over and come onto our backs. We're going to relax those hands because we are coming back to them eventually. But next up is going to be our ab section. Super ab specific. This is the one where you're going to want one weight. You're going to bring a slightly light weight. And if you don't have weights, remember, you can use a block or nothing at all. All right, so laying down on your back, trying to make sure I have enough room. All right, I'll turn in this direction. So we're laying down on our back. If you can, extend those legs all the way up towards the ceiling. If having your legs up to the ceiling is too much for you, you can keep your knees bent. We're going for a pass through of the weight. Woo, my shoulder is tired. And if your knees are bent, you can just be passing through. Under those bent knees, you're just working to lift those shoulders up off of the mat. And then arms extend, legs extend. Take a moment and hold it. If you need to, you can hold it up a little bit higher, which will be easier for those whose abs are just not super strong yet. And then right back up to your cross, and then extend out. So you're trying. Ooh, my shoulder is tired, and I'm going to switch to a lighter weight to be smart for my body. So you're trying to do your best during the 20 seconds of work to keep the lower back down on the mat, shoulders are lifted, and heels stay off the floor. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Begin. So getting that weight pass. So each time you pass, you're decreasing that space between your lower rib and your hip a little bit more. Then you're coming out to the hollow hold for 3, 2, 1. Back up into your weight pass toe touch. And no, I didn't tell you that you're trying to hold your hollow hold for a couple seconds. Oh, take a break. But you are. Ready to do the same thing. So take that tilt of the pelvis, really press your lower back to the floor, and then legs up or knees bent. And you're just reaching through, and then arms extend, legs extend for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. You're going at your own pace though, so find that hold and take a break. Melt into the mat during this break. Let's start to send those legs up and begin. Make sure that lower back stays down on the floor so you're not bringing those heels so close towards the mat that you feel that lower back arching and lifting. Oh, take a break. I believe that was number 3. Let's send those legs up. Get ready. Lower back glued down and lift. So pass, pass, everything extends. Nice little hold. Bring it back in. Shoulders up off of the floor. Pass and hold. If you need to keep those shoulders on the mat, if that's where you're at today, that's okay too. You can do the same thing, maybe just a quick little lift and then shoulders back down on the mat. Begin. If you're feeling any pain in your neck though, that usually means that you're leading with your chin. So think about keeping that chin slightly tucked towards the chest in a somewhat neutral position and drawing your belly button towards your back a little bit more. You just got to practice engaging that core. Take a break if you didn't hear the beep. I'll bring it closer to make sure you can hear. Send those legs up. Here we go. Make sure you're not holding your breath during any of these moves. Remember, it's not just about speed. Whew. Oh my gosh. Take a break. Send those legs up, get yourself ready, and begin. So we're trying to eliminate the excuse. We're trying to prepare ourselves before each round starts. Because each round is a total of 4 minutes from start to finish, and that includes your little 10-second rest breaks. I'll take a break. Are we there yet? We got 1 more to go. Send those legs up, glue that back down, and begin. Can you crunch up a little bit tighter each time you pass through? Ooh, find that lift. When we finish, we'll take a moment and bring our knees to our chest. So release your weight. Draw those knees in towards your chest. Now you can take a little tuck of your chin to get as much of the back of your head and neck flat on the floor. Really stretch your elbows towards your hips to create a little extra space of shoulders away from ears. Maybe give yourself a little massage. So circle those knees in one direction. Circle those knees in the other direction. Allow them to fall over to one side. And we're going to roll ourselves up into tabletop for our next move. I wish I remember exactly what I said. Because I thought about so many fun different ways that we could do this. I think we've done enough planks. Don't you? Great. So we're just going to go straight from bird dog into down dog. So still getting a little bit more ab work and also starting to work into a little decompression of the shoulders, but it's constantly active. All right, so here we go. Remember, if your hands, palms are hurting, you can try this from your knuckles, but hopefully because we're pressing back into down dog, it'll be a little bit easier. You may even want to have your hands a little further forward than usual, than right underneath of your chest. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so tuck those toes under. We're going to hover on our knees. And then we're going to send those hips up towards the ceiling, really working to bring your belly towards your thighs and then intentionally bringing those knees to hover. And I might bring the plank back. I'm sorry. All right, let's start with just those 2 moves in 3, 2, 1, begin. So nice little hover and bear for about 4 seconds, and then hips up towards the ceiling, belly towards your thighs, really press into those hands, palms. Come on back into bear, 2, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then down dog. 2, 3, 4. Nice and smooth. Take a break. Feel free to come off those wrists. We'll do the same thing one more time, just going from that bear hover into down dog. Ready? So bear, 2, 3, 4, down dog. Really check in with that upper body. Come into bear, squeeze those shoulder blades together, push into your hands, palms, eyes gently forward. Exhale, belly closer towards your thighs. Come on. Awesome. Okay. Option to make it a little bit more challenging. You're going to go from hands a little further forward, going from bear, pressing it into your plank, and then down dog. Let's do it together, starting right here. Bear, push forward, plank, hips up, down dog. Come back through. Plank, bear, plank, down dog, plank. Take a break. What'd you think about adding that plank in? I thought it seemed really doable. I hope you do too. Let's stick with it. So hands are a little further forward, toes are curled under, bear, press forward, plank, press hips back and up, down dog. Shift the weight forward, plank, bring those knees down, a little push back into your hands, palms, tabletop hover and bear. Plank, down dog, take a break. We're halfway through. If you don't want to keep doing that plank, just come on back to your bear into down dog. I like that plank, so I'm going to keep it right there. You can move as fast or as slow through these motions as you want to, because you're still working the whole time. But hopefully it feels a little fun. Take a break. Hopefully it even feels a little bit easier than the first set of just planks we were doing. I know I like to add a little bit of motion in. It's a nice little mental distraction. Make sure though that the knees are just hovering in bear. Press forward in that plank. Belly towards thighs. Push into your hands, palms. Create that space in down dog. Really make sure you intentionally find each posture and hold for a second. Are you starting to shake and tremble at all? I know my arms are starting to just get a little tired. Last 2 times through. So bear, plank, down dog, plank, bear, plank, down dog. You got it. Plank. Bring those knees to the floor. Shake those hands out one more time through. This is the last move we've got today to apply pressure to your wrist unless you don't have any weights. Here we go. Bear. Plank. Down dog. Plank. Bear. Plank. Down dog. Last time. Plank. You made it. Great. Okay. So next up, we're going to do some tricep work. So now's the time to break out those weights. I'm going to start with my 5s, but I got some 3s nearby. Now, if you don't have any sort of weights, you're going to bring your hands palms together like a diamond right underneath of your chest. You can be on your knees. You can open those knees wide. And you're going to give yourself a little tricep push-up. If it's too much for you to do on the floor, you can do it on a chair. You can do it lifted on the couch. You can do it on a table. You can do it against the wall. Otherwise, I think we'll stay down here on the floor, kneeling. We'll get some tricep kickbacks. Oh, my shoulder's tired. To start with. So starting off, just a regular tricep kickback. Both arms are going to move at the same time. So start off in kneeling. Go ahead, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Elbows come close towards the ceiling. Keep those elbows high. We're just going to extend and carefully bring it back in. In 3, 2, 1. Begin. Last move of the day. Extend and bring it in. Extend and bring it in. I got a little forward hinge from the hips. My eye gaze is forward too. Make sure you're not adding any extra wrinkles to your neck, so your chin is once again neutral. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Knit your rib cage together. Take a break. So next up, we're going to add some pulses. So still 2 arms at the same time. Can you keep those arms extended behind you and just pulse it up? Pulse, pulse. You got it. Come on, y'all. Just about 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. All right, next up, we're going to alternate one arm and then the other. Whoa, here we go. Lift up, squeeze shoulder blades, find that hinge, alternating those arms. Just returning that arm to about that 90-degree angle. You can even rotate your palm as it comes towards the back. Awesome, take a break. So your pace here is really going to be limited or dictated by how heavy your weights are. Let's come on back to that pulse move. Ready? Here we go. This time I have palms facing up towards the ceiling. Still work to squeeze those shoulder blades in towards each other so you're not rounding through the upper back. Whoa! 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, take that break. Gonna do those same 4 things one more time. So starting off with both hands at the same time. Roll those shoulders down and back. Lift your chest. Here we go. Ooh, find that squeeze of the tricep behind you. Remember, if you rotate that palm up towards the ceiling, you get just a little bit more engagement, but think about what's happening with your shoulders as well. Oh, good. Take that break. You ready to pulse it out? Me neither, but let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Extend it back. Find that pulse. If you need to take a second and take a break and bring it back in, maybe you give 2 or 3 pulses and then back to the front. We got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oh my God, they're screaming. Are yours screaming at you too? Next up, let's return back to those single arms. Ready? Here we go. One at a time. This one's almost like recovery right now. So the more that you're like hinging forward, the more challenging it's going to be to really kick it back. Take those wrinkles out of your neck. 3, 2, 1 more time to go. Just pulsing it out here at the end. We got 1 minute to get some nice quick stretches together. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Find that pulse that works for you. Ooh, don't let that belly hang out here at the very end. Keep that core pulled in because you're hinged over. So you want that lower back to stay good for 3, 2, 1. Put those weights down. Put your hands on the floor. Give me a couple cat cows right here. Really push into your hands palms. And then bringing that chest forward towards your triceps. Let's get 2 more big cat cows here. And then we'll press it up into down dog one more time. So tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling, take a moment, pedal through those heels, and then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Hang out for a second. Get that nice stretch on the back of your legs. Oh, maybe your hands, palms are on the floor. Maybe you grab hold of your opposite elbow for a little bit of ragdoll, starting to feel a little bit of stretching and separation from those shoulders. We're going to slowly roll ourselves all the way up. Let's take a couple big breaths together. I'm going to keep you for 1 extra minute to make sure we stretch those triceps. So bend your knees, inhale all the way up. Really just working to bring the heart rate down. Exhale, arms come down. 1 more, just like that. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. This time, let's inhale. Keep those arms up overhead. We're going to go ahead and bend 1 elbow. I'm placing the back of my hand against my head. I want you to do your best to not collapse that chin towards your chest. So think about really pressing your head into that hand palm and applying a little bit of pressure with your other hand. Woo! Bicep is close by the ear, as close as you can get it to get into this tricep stretch. Oh my gosh, feeling tight. And let's switch to the opposite side. So I encourage you, press your head into the back of your hand or your arm. So find these stretches throughout the day. So while you're sitting at your desk, maybe you can set a timer once an hour, once every 30 minutes, even better. So just get up to move, to use that chair to take some nice little spine twists. Let's get a nice twist in the opposite direction. And we'll just finish off with a little stretching of that chest, crossing one arm over the other. I'm so proud of you for coming and joining me today. If you need a little bit more stretch, please check out our YouTube channel. You know, we have lots of warm-ups and cool downs. We've been doing this for so long. If you need any advice or any particular stretches, please reach out. I can't wait to see you all again soon. I'm so glad you joined me. Have a wonderful rest of your day and see you later this week.